Yes, you continue with our talks from where we left off. We had started talking about Vedana, mindful contemplation of feelings. We did go to some length with painful feeling. Painful feeling is inevitable because it comes with the body. It also comes with the mind. When the object that contacts the mind is harsh, then strong feelings arise. Often it is painful. We always try to avoid a painful feeling because it's harsh to the mind, disturb the mind. And so as a result, the latent tendency of aversion, anger arises, which makes things worse. Instead, if you have physical pain is one thing, then your mental pain is another pain. So such a person is like someone who has been struck by two arrows. If you're only affected by physical pain but not mental pain, then you're struck by one arrow. I ask which is worse, physical or mental pain? What do you think? Of course, mental pain is worse, huh? Once someone asked me, when I was staying in Texas, in that Jet Buddha temple, Jet Buddha temple, it was one of those nuns asked me, Bhante, do you have suffering? I said, of course, who doesn't have suffering? Everybody has suffering. But compared to many people, my suffering is nothing. Uh, there are many lessons we can learn from watching pain. The many secrets of life and happiness are connected with pain. This is a feeling. Painful feeling, happy feeling are both feelings. It is like two sides of the coin. One is the head and one is the tail. We always run away from pain. We always run after happiness, but pain comes and follow behind and bites us. Just like you following the dog with the tail, with the mouth is at the back, and it bites your backside. something, something not far from that. So you know that, then you learn what is best for you to do. First thing is pain and happiness are two sides of the thing, of nature. You don't run away. You learn to face it and to make the best out of it. Pain isn't all that bad, you know. It has its benefits. Only you must know how to deal with it. Don't run away from it, number one. If you can, no? If you can, don't run. Face it and learn from it. When you learn from it, then you know how to deal with it better, and pain won't be so bad. When you watch pain, there are two pains. One is the physical and the one is the mental, bodily pain and the mental pain. Often they come together because you still understand the bodily pain, the mental pain comes. But if you can train your mindfulness to accept and to face the bodily pain, the mental pain does not come out. Because it's mindful, and mindfulness comes with peace. Actually, if you can watch the physical pain with mindfulness until there's no aversion, the mental pain will become very much less. Very much less. How much less? What do you think? 50%? 20%? Huh? 80. Huh? 80% closer. I would say 90%. But difficult because when the pain is very strong, then it's quite the anger, the disturbed mind comes out. So I tried an experiment. I didn't cut myself. Somebody cut me up. You know, I was going to the dentist. So I was pain. What they put is they put anesthesia because they're doing canneling. So they have to kill the nerve in the tooth. So what happens is that the anesthesia wore off before the nerve was killed. Was rolling up my eyes. Oh well, pain. And so when they poke the needle and into the nerve, yes, wow, fantastic. It was pain, but it didn't affect the mind. So the pain was actually quite tolerable. I would say 90% less than if I didn't watch it mindfully, with strong mindfulness. You know? So if there's strong pain that you push and you reduce so much, lesser pain would go away. You don't feel it at all. Yeah. Only the fear, like when you go to the dentist, open your mouth and you need to come in, and then you start sweating. You know, like that. I didn't do it once, I tried it more than once, you know. Sometimes I don't feel the pain at all. But he asked me to do it again, I won't. But actually it works. So the dentist told my student who took me there, oh, your master is great. I didn't know that he was doing that without anesthesia. I didn't know it, so I just happily let him do it. No, at the time there's no fear. I was quite happy that the truth was being dealt with. So you see, pain is a very strange thing. Take, for example, a friend was groaning in pain because having cancer, heavy cancer case. So when you see me, you're so happy, no pain. I don't have to psychic powers. Oh, even your pain is gone. No, no, I just see him happy. I see him, I'm happy. See me, I'm happy. The pain, oh, cancer pain, man, cancer of the bones. So pain actually is a strange thing. So the first thing is, because don't be scared of pain. Don't run away from the pain. Watch it as mindfully as you can. You cannot stand it anymore. Don't force yourself. Otherwise, you end up as a trauma. Get a traumatic experience. Very nice. But you have been trained to slowly to bear with more and more pain. Then, after a while, this can be very bearable, and you learn to see the pain as it is. So as I told you how you handle the pain, as you be mindful, detached, and the first point is to acceptance of reality, accept. And your mindfulness must be strong, that means you have strong right concentration, strong, not disturbed. And once this friend from Czech Republic, he went to Burma to meditate. He was meditating at the side of Pandita. Who else? So, and then for 3 weeks, he was watching pain from morning to night. No, imagine, it was very disappointing. Yeah. So Sada told him, don't care about the pain, you just make sure you're mindful. Just hold your mind, make sure your mind is mindful. Then you could bear it, and the mindfulness becomes strong. Of course, the pain you know is there. But because you don't care about it so much, it doesn't become so pronounced. The problem is when you look at the pain directly, and the pain becomes magnified because of your concentration, it becomes thousandfold. And so when you're aware of that, you're really mindful. This is not beginner, by the way, many years of practice. In 1 or 2 days, the pain disappears. Why? Because it's mindful there. Yes, inside, impermanence. But because the mind is disturbed, but intense pain, it doesn't go off so easily because it needs only a little bit of anger and it will keep the pain there. Your acceptance must be total, complete. And so your mindfulness can be, inside can be strongest. And that is the magic. So usually in the normal plane, you watch mindful, think, pen, paper, you go away. Sometimes it takes longer, some shorter. When your mindfulness is stronger, you're not disturbed by the pain anymore. You watch the pain arising and passing away, it goes away. Pain is always going away, any natural phenomena. You watch it, it will go away. But your mindfulness is not strong, your insight, perception of change is not strong, it doesn't go away so fast. It accumulates, becomes stronger and stronger. Your mindfulness and perception of impermanence is strong, you see, immediately it goes away. No. It goes away because your mindfulness and right concentration is strong. So when mindfulness and right concentration is strong, the mind becomes at peace and joy becomes very powerful. When it becomes powerful, the pain is not there. Why? Because pain is also feeling. Right? Pain is feeling. And there's a lot of joy in the mind, and you're overwhelmed with joy. Even though there's something still wrong with your body, the pain, you don't feel the pain because your mind is all happiness, no joy, no pain. Right? Right? Yeah. So you don't believe next time pain comes, you watch until you die. Because you won't die. You're scared of death. But you're not afraid of death, you just watch the pain. It goes away. Of course, not everybody is such a hero. So everybody has its limits. So you find that you cannot bear the pain anymore. Anger keeps arising. Don't force it. Become strong. And so you stretch your legs, you leave it, take your mind somewhere else. And when the pain is not there, then you come back. Start your meditation. In. The rabbit runs away to fight again. No. Sadhu Pandita says, when it's time to raise your white flag, raise your white flag. Losing a battle is not losing a war. That's the general idea. One mention I have to mention is that in the case of a special case, that is the case of sickness or injury. Normally, when you watch painful feeling, make sure you're mindful, make sure you're detached, and make sure there's no anger. Acceptance, there is no anger. Because it's the anger that makes things worse. Now, in the case of this sickness or injury, that means there's something really wrong with the body. For example, nerves and all those are affected, so they can be very severe. And you cannot go out. No more little bit pain here and then you wash it pass away. But in this case, they stay. What happens if you stay and you wash it, then the pain becomes worse, because the concentration on the pain. And over a period of time, the mind is so used to watching pain, it sees every feeling as pain. Even though it's not painful, you look at it, it's like pain. Because feeling is essentially sensation. The sensation is essentially very much like painful feeling. So you're using it in your concentration, everything becomes pain. Sometimes people meditate. When you sit and meditate, they get a lot of pain. But when they open their eyes, where is the pain? No pain. Oh, where is the pain there? And biting. And some people meditate, mosquito can bite them, especially in the face or around the eyes. Oh, so terrible. I can feel the mosquito biting me, sucking my blood. And the stomach becoming so big. All the imagination of the mind making it so big. But it's not so bad. You know, people who always get bitten by a mosquito, they don't feel itchy so much. Body doesn't react so much. Also because the mind doesn't react so much. People not used to it, always bite, they get scared of it, they start scratching it, the worst. So in the case of this sickness, you don't try to concentrate on it. What you do is you build up as much mindfulness as you can from watching other objects, like the rising and falling, like the walking meditation, like the touching, and all those. Don't go directly to the pain and watch the pain. Because it doesn't go off, it becomes very strong. But you need the mindfulness and you need the energy to face it. So a lot of it is built up in the walking meditation. And so when you have enough, your battery is highly charged, and then then the pain comes, really, I'm ready, and then watch it and face it, and you can see all the things, changes in the pain. The one thing that can really stand the pain is right concentration, strong right concentration while watching the pain. There's another right concentration in terms of, for example, samatha. When you turn the object to another object and they concentrate on other object and they don't see the pain because they're concentrated on another object. And joy arises. When joy arises, the pain, even you don't try much to concentrate it. The mind is more inclined to that. It also doesn't feel the pain for some time. Not that the pain is cured, not that the sickness is cured. Although watching pain effectively does help in the healing process. The second thing is because of the development of insight into impermanence, insight into non-self, insight into cessation of suffering. Those are realities, and it is based on reality, so it has power. And so when you're able to have insight, actually the pain goes away because of insight. One thing Pandita mentioned about this is that the bojjhangas, the factors of enlightenment, are used in Buddhism in the process of healing. Yes, and so this is when you have these bojjhangas in your mind, those pure states that cease to the end of suffering. They also produce material substances, chemicals in your body, or what's the antivirus or whatever you call them, substances. And then it helps in the healing as well. That's why there's such cases like Dhamma therapy. And Mahasi wrote a book on many cases where healing occurs with the practice of meditation, particularly vipassana. Another thing I would like to mention is that bodily pain is very closely linked with mental pain. And mental pain is linked with aversion, anger. Basically, mental pain is aversion. You don't like. Because you don't like, there's a pain, mental pain there, aversion, displeasure. It goes also to say that person with a lot of aversion has more pain. If you are the angry temperament, person who always get angry, yes, tends to have more pain. So be careful with that. Right in the teaching of so many years, I've seen a few, not many people, few, with no physical pain. They hardly, if they see it and so on, they hardly have any physical pain. Wonder why? These people are very kind people. People have a lot of joy. These people are very good temperament. They have the anger. Usually people have some, more or less. I suppose it is true. It's another thing. What is it? Oh God. It's the back of my mind. Oh yes, because there are many other causes of pain. No? Besides physical injury and mental anger, what we call the causes of sickness, many causes of sickness. We won't go into that. But one thing worth mentioning is karma. Diseases arise from many causes. One of the causes called karma vipaka cha abada, Pali. Illnesses that arise from results of karma. Diseases arise from many things, but karma is involved to some degree, and some karma plays a big part. And these heavy types of karma with a lot of pain, usually associated with anger in the past lives, sometimes present life also. Past lives are very worse, very bad. Use a few examples I usually use. One is, for example, gastric, caused by stress. And stress is usually aversion, anger. A lot of diseases are caused by stress, stress related. Another example I usually tell people is this monk who just became a monk. He cannot meditate because of a lot of pain in the head. So I try all ways and means to help him to relieve the pain and continue meditation. Very difficult. So I have to ask, What do you do in life? Study, to play Sherlock Holmes, detective, who done it? Well, you know what I found? He works helping his father to kill pigs in Singapore. And our curiosity asks, and how do you kill pigs? Not nice to ask, but I ask anyway, since we're on the topic. Well, they use a rather primitive method. Now, whether they probably electrocute them or something like that. Put them on an electrical chair. Use hammer. In the pig comes, he used a big hammer and hit between the eyes. Bang! Like that. Huh? So now he's three pain in the head. You see, direct, immediately effective karma cannot meditate. But he didn't give up. So as you go to Thailand and search, maybe some teacher has some special powers and heal you. You never know. Some masters very good in samatha, they can do things. Eventually got rid of it. You know, karma very heavy. Still, also not as bad that you cannot get rid of it. And what did they do to him? Work therapy. You know, work therapy. That make yourself work a lot, no? So you forget your problems. Work therapy. There's sleep therapy, there's work therapy, I don't know what therapy you have. So they make him work like a pig, work like a dog, carry wood and do everything, sweat, everything, for many weeks, 1 or 2 months. The pain went off. I mean, he's doing it for the temple, you know, for the meditation center or whatever. So he can make good karma to offset the bad karma. Not everything, but at least you got a chance to meditate. So, okay, we talk about something else. Now we talk about the happy feeling, pleasant feeling. Happy feeling comes after the painful feeling. Yeah? In terms of vipassana, happy feeling, bodily feeling is not so much. Sorry about that. It's not so much. But not because there isn't, but because it's not pronounced. It's not so strong. Strong because you notice it only when you can see the big difference. But there is something, for example, you sit on a comfortable chair, you lie on the bed, those are comfort, which are happy bodily feelings. But what is stronger is that, but still you have to watch it, because if you don't, then you lose your mindfulness, right? Craving arises, sleep arises, and so you lose out. For example, lying posture is not so recommended. This Bhante calls it a luxurious posture. So, why? Because you're not so mentally alert. Like one lady says, I like to do meditation, but I do only lying meditation. You think you're very smart. No, Because you lie down with comfort and the mindfulness is not so strong. You begin to enjoy, you say you don't enjoy it, but you begin to enjoy it. And so nice. And then because your mindfulness is not strong and you're lying down, your energy is not strong. If you lying down, energy is not strong, and so the sleep will come and strip you off your feet. So the while more in the sleeping state. So usually it's better not to lie down. You can help it. It is allowed only to people who are very sick. You know, their body is full of pain anymore, so they don't sleep easily. And when they try to sit up, they use so much physical energy. When you're sick, you have to save on physical energy. So you lie down and you wash the pain. There's nothing else to wash but wash the pain. You can, sometimes you wash the rising point, wash the fever. But generally, it's a lot of discomfort. But when your concentration comes out, and then you get enough physical strength, then you can get up. But mentally pleasurable feeling you still do get, especially when your concentration picks up. But in this sensual society, developed society, a lot of pleasurable mental feelings arise with the sense thoughts. Everything here to try to make you happy. Yeah. Nothing wrong with the happiness, just that you make sure you're mindful. Because you're not mindful, craving arises, and then brings about problems. When you see nice things, you hear nice things, you smell nice smell, you have comfort in the body, nice taste, all pleasurable feelings. Yeah. Nothing wrong with the pleasurable feeling. Only that when later in the pleasurable feeling is the craving. And so craving arises when the craving. Similarly with pain, pain arises without pain, anger. And so when you are not attached, and then the pleasurable feeling comes, your mind is at peace. Craving doesn't come out. Craving comes with joy, but not peace. I want somebody, a lot of craving, a lot of joy, but you see the mind is not peaceful. The mind is disturbed. A bit somewhat better than anger, of course. but no, it's not peaceful. Something like anger is like bitter medicine, bitter poison. No. Craving is sweet poison. Still, afterwards, you suffer. So the best way to enjoy is not to have craving. It's not to have attached to the sensual pleasure. Then you're mindful, you're peaceful, and then the joy present can help you in your concentration and happiness in life. Because when craving comes out, the mind is a bit disturbed. When it builds up, a little bit is okay. A little bit generally is okay for ordinary life. Huh? But when you want to develop strong, deep concentration, then also comes the hindrance. No, 5 hindrances. The first is hindrance, Kamaraga. And there were a lot of people cannot go into very deep concentration. It's because of the presence of craving. They have some concentration, but they cannot go deep because there's some craving there. For example, people doing metta. Metta, especially you do it to somebody very close and intimate, craving comes out. When you're very attached to a person, you metta. But then metta comes out, but craving also comes out. And because of that, the metta can be very intense. The feelings of metta, the feeling can be very intense, but not deep, in the sense of peacefulness. So, for example, a person wants to do metta and you have to go into absorptions, jhanas, a little bit of attachment to the joy prevents it. The joy, metta must be totally unselfish. This is one example. No, but generally people, anger when it arises, the hindrance of anger arises, the meditation is finished. Disturbs everything. The worst hindrance is anger. Craving is not so bad. No. You don't try to push off, you hold on, but you cannot go in a little bit calm, a little bit calm, go. Cannot go deep. But when it becomes obsession, then it becomes something else. Then it becomes a strong craving. Like for some people meditate, they have joy. Okay, joy. Not joy. Yes, they not joy. But as they know the joy, they become attached to the joy. And then they become very attached to the joy, then things happen. For example, the joy becomes very intense because they want it a lot. And so it comes a lot, but it doesn't have the mindfulness. And so what happens? Your body starts shaking. That's way. People slowly. After that, worse, it becomes more stronger and stronger. Ladies, be careful because your hair also start flying about. Sometimes they jump and roll on the floor. And they cry, oh, they laugh, oh. Already no more mindfulness. Some problem. So usually with personal practices, they always want when joy arises, not joy. They quickly note the joy. So the joy does not become so strong and it goes away. But nothing wrong with the joy. As long as you're mindful and you kept under control. When you're mindful, the joy won't be very strong. It can be deep but not strong. What is more important is when you watch this joy, you see it arising and passing. You see into the anatta, no self of the joy, and you see into the impermanence of the joy. Then the joy becomes sambojjhanga, becomes the joy enlightenment factor, which naturally comes with pleasurable feeling. So you see pleasurable feeling arising and passing away together with the joy. One more thing to mention is that when joy arises and you're mindful, one thing becomes an enlightenment factor. Second, it also becomes a jhana factor, concentration factor. Usually when joy arises, the concentration deepens very quickly. And so people usually with that, they can sit very long and they can watch better, more clearer. Still, there's one more thing that talks about this pleasurable feeling. That is, when people go into deep concentration, for example, the mind can go into very deep states of concentration and experience. The happiness comes, the joy comes very subtle. And so the feeling is sukha. It's a happy feeling, not pleasurable. Metaphysically, it's sukha vedana. And so when this comes in a very deep state, it's happy not in the sense of daily life, you celebrate your birthday, you celebrate Chinese New Year. Yeah. How do you celebrate Chinese New Year? Ah, do you celebrate it? No. How come? Okay. Yeah.
Here in the US, we do not usually
Celebrate. Yeah. You don't go and visit your parents.
Yeah, parents
Especially in the New Year's Eve, you meet with the parents, and there's metta. It's okay. Otherwise, they drink whiskey and you gamble. That's usually unwholesome. You lose your mindfulness. Living your life. That's very gross. And here, because meditation is very fine and very deep. But even then, because it's so fine and so deep, after you come out, you look back, craving arises. And then you want more and more. And after that, it doesn't go deep anymore. Sometimes it begins to hallucinate. Then it becomes a danger. Buddhism meditation, we call that upaklesa, imperfections of insight. So the thing is that craving, anything in the world can be an object of craving. Even you have insight and you get up from your insight, I have insight, also you can crave for the insight. Wow, 我了不起, I become pride. You say, oh, I'm so good. And that also kind of craving, so and that brings the downfall of the practice. It's threatening. The power of craving. Only two things craving cannot touch. The Lokuttara Chittas, the enlightened consciousness and Nibbana. Craving cannot touch. Cannot make an object of craving, does not become an object of craving. So, and pleasurable feeling is one of the strong things that attract to mind. And pleasurable feelings comes with a very nice, attractive object. And so, for example, ladies would attach to diamond rings, is it? Once noticed a lady in Europe was staring at a shop window, standing there, motionless, like in samadhi. So what was she staring at? Clothes, shoes. So different people like different things. And men, when they get attached to cars, of course. Ah, big car, was this is Spencer, Porsche, or whatever. Sometimes there's a competition. This friend of mine who has a runs a Porsche. Oh, he's very proud. Then suddenly his friend came over with a new Porsche. I said, how come you got a new Porsche? I must go and get a new Porsche. I cannot meditate anymore. So, because that object gives him pleasurable feeling. And pleasurable feeling that becomes comes with the ego. The one man told me, it's very clear what it is. It is just an extension of the ego. Is it true? I think so. I don't know because I don't own any cars. I only own one is a small 50cc motorbike. I went as fast. Later I got into the Vespa. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I tried to do faster the Vespa, the head I go, I can fly one horsepower. So then I never got up to that. I never graduated to the car. No, by the time, before I could earn much money to buy a car, I ended up as a monk. The closest I got was when I came to the States last time. Oliver just told me, one day here in US, you have to drive a car. I never got to it. I said I could drive a car. Oh, no, thank you. So before I could learn to drive a car, I ran away from the States. I went back to Europe. No, that's why I'm not in the States. Why? You know why? Because when I was in the Jain Buddha temple in Texas, most people were not interested in meditation. They do chanting. They're a small group, a small group, they're interested in meditation. But I'm not used to that type of leading small groups, doing chanting, learning Buddhist studies. I'm only interested in meditation. Whereas in Europe, I get classes, meditation and whole meditation retreats throughout the year. You know, I get a whole meditation retreats. I'll meditate myself fully. That's it. I only know how to do these two things. I'm not interested in doing too many things. No. We need to talk with obsession. But in meditation, you go to very fine states. And people can be very attached to the fine states, like jhanic states. And because they're so attached to those states, they want to get rid of it, get out of it. So they cannot do vipassana. Because vipassana, when you come out, you have to watch suffering. You don't see suffering, you don't get insight. They want to see insight without suffering. Without suffering, you can watch joy and so on. Yes, but even essentially the suffering you still have to see is the mental suffering, which can be worse than the physical suffering. Once there is a story, true story. 5 minutes more. this one, this lady has very strong concentration, very strong. She not only sit for hours, she sit for days, continuous. Sometimes just to go to toilet and come back and sit. Very powerful concentration. She does visualization, capitalize everything. And she has a power of healing that extent. Something that is exactly power of healing. So somebody told her about Vipassana. Okay, she tried. You can't even see a few minutes. Why? Because when she sees, the mind is very powerful. When pain comes, the mind is blown up 1,000 times. Wow, how to stand the pain? So the mind quickly run back to the concentration. That's what happens. Seems like in the early days, I was told from a lot of the monks they practice samatha first, then they go to vipassana. So when they came to practice vipassana, rising fully, they were forced not to use samatha for some time. When pain comes, you watch, you don't run back to samatha. You just look into pain and suffering. And you develop strong concentration. The pain, when you look at it, can be very intense. But because of that, your inside arises, inside also can be very dramatic. So that when you go deeper, you watch feelings, you go into subtle feelings, more and more subtle. That means you go to equanimity in different feelings, neither pleasurable or painful. Now, this is also a feeling, but for most beginners, when a person has indifferent feelings, we say he has no feelings. No, there's no feelings, there's feeling, but the feeling is so subtle that as if you don't, when you look at it, as if it's not there. But feeling is always there. Pleasure, the feeling is strong because presence of joy make it strong. Painful feeling is strong. Displeasurable mental feeling is strong because you see the anger there. Bodily and mental feeling is strong because of the physical direct contact. Now, neutral feeling is something else. When you watch a lot of feelings and the feelings become more and more subtle, and then when it becomes very subtle, you come to a point where you watch a feeling. It's a mental sensation, it's not physical sensation, it's a mental sensation. And you know that you cannot call it pain and you cannot call it pleasure. Yeah. Because it's so subtle. You don't say you're happy, you don't say sad, but you still have a feeling. It's a mental sensation. And so that's we call indifferent feeling. Yeah. When you see the indifferent feeling, that means your mind is quite sharp with regards to feeling. And you have to be sharp enough to see the neutral feeling arising and passing away. Then you get into the heart of the main point of Vedananupasana, watching feeling as feeling. Yeah. We stop here tonight. So the first time, about time. But the one thing to mention is neutral feeling, two types. One is unwholesome. That means it comes with delusion or habitual craving. Craving is habitual, you don't have any feeling anymore, but the craving is still there. The person who smokes doesn't always have joy when you smoke because habit, and you cannot stop. Why? Because the craving is there. But you don't feel the joy. That happens. The other is dark, where your mind is okay, mind is blur. Because the mind is dark, you cannot see anything clearly. And so because of that, the feeling is so blur. You know, the feeling follows the mind in its behavior. But when it's the other type is wholesome, it's different. Wholesome, the mind comes in mindfulness. So it is peaceful. That kind of neutral feeling we call equanimous. It's not affected. It knows. So it's equanimous. We call it, we are not talking about equanimity. Equanimity is another mental state. We call it equanimous feeling. Talk more about this later. Next. Continue tomorrow. Any questions? Yes, Karen.
A lot of people here have fear to be sick or ill or pain, and fear is a sort of aversion also. So it's like a trap. What would you recommend?
Fear comes with aversion. Fear arises, fear, mindfully. The nature of fear is very unstable. It shakes. That's why we refer to it shiver. It's weak, it's very weak. And then it's frightened, so it doesn't like something. Why does it shake and shiver? Because it doesn't like something, it doesn't want something to happen. It's fearful of death, it's fearful of pain, it's fearful of suffering. So when you be mindful of fear, make sure the mindfulness is strong and stable. Your heart is firm and strong and stable. This firm heart comes from, the first level comes from confidence. And the base of countering fear is confidence. Sada. That is the firm and strong heart in knowing that mindfulness is good for you, meditation is good for you, and you know that you can do something with it. And also that anger, fear, and all those are all very detrimental to your mental state. So you watch fear, and it can go away. Having confidence, like in a triple jam and things like that, doesn't mean you don't do anything. For example, a person is sick, what do? You go see a doctor. Doesn't mean you don't see a doctor. You go and see a doctor. If there's no doctor, then try, you go and meditate and try other alternatives. Or you just nothing else you can do. You do meditation. When your meditation mindfulness is strong, yes, you're not frightened anymore. Fear comes, you pass away. Then you lose, then you win half of the battle. And at least your mental suffering won't be so strong. And then your concentration can build. One thing is also, but anger also comes to acceptance. No. We accept it, reality as it comes. We try to do something about it. No. And we can't do anything about it, we accept it. Not because you surrender, but because you accept reality. When you accept reality, the deformance pass away. Accept with mindfulness. The immediate remedy is, of course, recollection of triple gem, the normal Buddhist way. They recollect on the virtues of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. And when you recollect on the virtues of Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, the confidence is built up. And the fear goes away. Very effective. Of course, in non-Buddhist countries, they don't have so much faith in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, so it may not be so effective. But if they practice enough, long enough, and they see the results of the practice, then the faith increases. And they say, faith can work wonders. It's true. When you really believe in something strongly, then things happen. Why? Because the mind is very powerful. Yes.
One thing you mentioned that when we start looking at neutral feeling, then only we are starting to do the Vedana.
No, you are starting to do. You start doing the Vedana person when you watch pain. You're getting into the heart of the practice.
Why is it that when we watch pleasant or unpleasant feeling, it is not the heart?
Because it doesn't cover everything. Doesn't feel it here. You can take you to all the insights. No? You can bring all the insights. Pleasurable feeling you watch also can bring you to the insight. But in neutral feeling, you watch the painful and pleasurable feeling, end up in the neutral feeling. So neutral feeling is not included when you watch pleasant or unpleasant feeling. Because pleasant and the pleasant and unpleasant is not neutral. So it's not included in the neutral feeling. So it does not cover everything. But when you can watch neutral feeling, you're able to watch the feeling in its most subtle state. Then your Vedana becomes complete. No matter what feeling you watch feeling as feeling, no matter what feeling it takes, you can still continue watching feelings. Yeah. Yes. No query, huh? Good. No questions. So we can come back. Time now. 15 minutes time. But just about 20, 25.